Impetus on infrastructure development financing, President Buhari approves the establishment of trillion naira company.
We are fully committed to see that we do it within the shortest possible time.
Federal government reaffirms commitment to timely completion of ongoing rail projects across the country. Nnamdi Azikiwe and Port Harcourt International Airports emerge trailblazers in health accreditation certification. Plus, first executive governor of Lagos State, Lateef Jakande, laid to rest. Good evening, this is NTA Network News. I am Joseph Johnson in Abuja. Reading with me tonight is Adiola Komiakere from Lagos and Mohammed Ibrahim from Maiduguri Network Center. Well, let's begin by telling you that President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the establishment of a public-private partnership infrastructure company named Infraco with an initial seed capital of 1 trillion naira. It is envisaged that over time the entity will grow to 15 trillion naira in assets and capital. Presidential spokesperson, Office of the Vice President, Laolu Akonde, in a press release stated that Infraco will be one of the premier infrastructure financing entities in Africa and will be wholly dedicated to Nigeria's infrastructure development. The entity has been developed with concept designs from the National Economic Council and the Central Bank of Nigeria. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is to chair a steering committee tasked with setting up of the company. The initial seed capital for the entity will come from the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, and the Africa Finance Corporation. The board of Infraco will be chaired by the Central Bank Governor. Others are the Managing Director of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority, President of the Africa Finance Corporation, as well as representatives of the Nigerian Governors Forum and the Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning. The board will also have 3 independent directors from the private sector. To the National Assembly now, where Chairman Senate Committee on Public Accounts says a more comprehensive and transparent mechanism is key to prudent management of public funds. This was the position of the committee during screening of the new Auditor General of the Federation, Adolphus Agugu. National Assembly correspondent Mobolaji Morimbering has the report.
Adolphus Agugu is an accountant with vast experience in financial auditing, having been newly appointed Auditor General of the Federation by President Muhammadu Buhari. Here he appears before the Senate Committee on Public Accounts for screening. The lawmakers are pointing to critical areas of need and other lapses in the financial sector and how the new Auditor General will address them when confirmed.
What are you going to do from all withdrawals, from all that is given out on service-wide votes? And the years that are passed, you are going to get us the report. And from this year, I'm telling you, we have service-wide votes to the tune of 758 billion. If you go and check that one, that's almost 0.5% of our budget. Service-wide votes.
With the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation as key to the nation's financial preparatories, the Auditor General nominee is positive of fresh ideas.
Experience gathered over the years will be put to full use if my nomination is confirmed by this distinguished Senate Public Accounts Committee.
Report by the committee would be submitted to the Senate at plenary for further legislative action. From the National Assembly, Mobolaji Morimbering, NTA News.
The Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Clem Agba, has expressed satisfaction over the enormous human capacity available at the National Space Research and Development Agency. At the commissioning of the geo-referenced infrastructure demographic data in National Space Research and Development Agency headquarters, Abuja, the minister says The Grid 3 Nigeria project and the implementation team are domiciled at the Space Agency, expressing their confidence that the facility will improve data collection in synergy with sister agencies for space research development. Minister Agba also pointed to adequate funding as key to further development of the agency. The estimation of Grid 3 project data infrastructure for good governance, he affirmed, will assist in filling the gaps in sustainable development as geospatial technology remains an important tool for national development. The federal government says it is committed towards ensuring that all roads rehabilitation and construction going on across the country are completed within the stipulated time. Minister of State for Works and Housing, Abubakar Aliyu, said this while on an assessment visit to Section 3 of Abuja-Kaduna-Kano project. Muhammad Rabioli reports.
A dream come true for Nigerians as the road that links the north and southern part of the country is receiving federal government attention. The visit by the Minister of State for Works to 137km Section 3 Zaria-Kano is part of the routine assessment in ensuring quality and timely completion of the project. The 26.6km Kano Western Bypass and Kano-Katsina Section 1 inspected have reached appreciable percentage of completion. The minister urged the contracting firms to expedite pace of work. While at the Wudil Gaya Shuarin Kano Mediguri dualization project, Abubakar Aliyu expressed satisfaction with the quality of work being done so far.
We are fully committed to see that we do it within the shortest possible time. Duna to Zaria, which is Section 2, will be delivered in the last quarter of 2022, and then Zaria to Kano a little later.
We are 100% assured that any work we do within the scope will be paid in the shortest possible time. We have no more complaints as far as funding is concerned.
The project, when completed, is expected not only to stand the test of time, but contribute to the socio-economic development of the country. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike says despite the inauguration of the Advisory Council of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, oil-producing state governors are still sidelined in the affairs of the agency. The governor spoke when he played host to members of the House of Representatives Committee on NDDC, led by its chairman Olubunmi Tunji Ojo at Government House, Port Harcourt. Ogeni Ekwere completes the report.
Governor Wike expressed disappointment that the management of the Niger Delta Development Commission now acts like a state on its own, refusing to interface with the governors of the oil-producing states to strategically develop the Niger Delta region because of the undue interferences by the authorities. He said, contrary to the assumption that the governors of the Niger Delta are critical stakeholders in the affairs of the commission.
From 2015, we never had any governing council. Even when we were inaugurated, we're not involved in anything that happens in the NDDC.
He urged the National Assembly to ensure that planned amendments of the Electoral Act will usher in a new era of free and fair elections in the country. Leader of the delegation, Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, said they are in Port Harcourt for an oversight to the NDDC, and their visit to Governor Wike is predicated on the fact that he is a critical stakeholder.
We cannot continue to do things in the old way and expect a different result. We have to think anew, we have to act anew.
The chairman of the committee assured that under their watch, they will ensure NDDC work in synergy with critical stakeholders of the region. In Port Harcourt, Ogedi Ekwere, NTA News.
In the meantime, Governor Udom Emmanuel has commended the newly appointed interim sole administrator of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Mr. Effiong Akwa, for his effort to synergize with governors in the Niger Delta region, describing the move as purposeful and in the interest of the region. The governor gave the commendation when the chief executive officer of the NDDC paid a courtesy call on him in Uyo. Susan Asuko reports.
First visit to the governor since after his appointment as the sole administrator of the Niger Delta Development Commission. The aim of the visit is to seek partnership and collaboration with governors in the Niger Delta region for the development of the area. Governor Odom Emmanuel noted that the NDDC cannot work in isolation without the collaboration of governors of states within the region. He appealed to the NDDC boss to revisit some abandoned projects within the state.
I want to say here that we at home, you have all our support. We are proud you are our own. We support you. We know you are a very, very humble person. You will be able to carry everybody along in the entire region, and I can assure you, all the governors, the entire region, will cooperate and work with you.
Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Mr. Effiong Akwa, commended the industrialization drive of Governor Odom Emmanuel, especially the quality services rendered by the state-owned airline Ibom Air, noting that the era of NDDC embarking on a project without consulting with relevant state government to know their development needs is over.
This visit is part of our continuing engagement with stakeholders of the Niger Delta region to facilitate stronger collaboration with and building a more vigorous partnership among relevant stakeholders in the region.
High point of the event was a presentation of 5 waste disposal trucks, receptacles, and other waste management equipment to the state governor. In Uyo, Susan Asukwa, NTA News.
The Airports Council International ACI has accredited the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, and the Port Harcourt International Airport. In its Airports Council International ACI Airport Health Accreditations Program. The Airport Health Accreditation Program is designed to assess how aligned airports' health measures are with the ACI Aviation Business Restart and Recovery Guidelines and ICAO Council Aviation Restart Task Force recommendations, along with industry best practices. Both the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport and the Port Harcourt International Airport have become the first and second respectively to be accredited in this program. This follows efforts by the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria (FAN) to ensure the safety and security of all travelers and airport users following the beef up of safety protocols at all airports in view of the new wave of COVID-19. A monitoring team was set up for each airport to drive total compliance with, which is in line with the Airports Council International ACI Airport Health Accreditation Program, which is to reassure the traveling public of the safe precautions being taken to reduce any risks to their health, as well as maintaining secure airport facilities. Up ahead on the news, Nigeria Governors Forum takes step towards due diligence in the procurement and administration of COVID-19 vaccine. Join us again.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109 *NIN hash. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346 hash and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
Mommy is back! Guess what's inside? Chocolate.
Biscuit.
Our new toothpaste, Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection.
Why are we changing our toothpaste?
Because with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, I can be sure your teeth are cavity-free.
Cavity? What cavity?
Let me show you.
Most toothaches are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavity.
It also has natural mint for minty fresh breath every day.
Mom, can I eat chocolates now?
As long as you brush with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection.
Colgate is the world's most chosen toothpaste.
Colgate locks calcium in.
Keeps cavities out!
Recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
Lẹ́yìn tí mo ti jáde ní ilé ìwé varsity, èmi ò ríṣẹ́ ṣe o. Ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ ìjọba Muhammadu Buhari tó fi ètò Empower kalẹ̀ fún mi.
On January 23rd, 2019,
Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Provision Act.
Oge matara atụmatụ gọọmenti n'ihe gbasara ngalaba ọrụ egwuregwu.
Ina mika godiya ta musamman ga mai girma shugaban kasa Alhaji Muhammadu Buhari.
Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, oníṣòwò ńlá ni mí.
As a person with disability, as a youth,
as a woman, the fact remains that we cannot live our lives independent of government policies.
Get involved. Get involved. Get involved by registering to join APC.
I am Governor Abelo of Kogi State, Chairman, Youth, Women and People Living with Disabilities Mobilization and Sensitization Committee of the APC Membership Registration and Revalidation Exercise 2021, and I approve this message.
Bye! Bye!
Don't worry, dear. I'll take care of it. To keep your fabric so white. Wow! And how do you manage to keep your house this clean?
I always use Hypo to make our white clothes whiter and to keep our home clean and germ-free.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your home free of illness causing viruses and germs with the disinfecting power of Hypo Bleach.
The second wave of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic is upon us.
To safeguard lives of our people, government has signed the Health Protection Regulations, which makes wearing a face mask mandatory in public places.
Wear a mask. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Wash your hands regularly with soap and clean water. And use hand sanitizer.
COVID-19 is real. Do not be infected. Do not spread it. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
Burnley is taking maximum points in their last two matches against Crystal Palace. Will they make it a hat-trick of victories when both teams square off at Selhurst Park this Saturday? Find out in Crystal Palace versus Burnley on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Papai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up in association with Gold.com.
You're still watching NTA Network News with me, Joseph Johnson. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, says the ongoing nationwide APC revalidation exercise is a step towards consolidating internal democracy in the party. The SGF stated this shortly after revalidating his APC membership in Adamawa State. Yusuf Jika reports.
Ongoing APC membership registration and revalidation is going on peacefully in Adamawa State, with people trooping in for the exercise. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, joined thousands of party supporters to revalidate his membership at Unit 009, Godaba Ward, Yolanwood local government area of Adamawa State. Boss Mustafa said APC remains the only political party with a reputable ideology that is impacting positively on the lives of the people. He enjoined the party faithful and loyalists to come out en masse to participate in the ongoing exercise with a view to building strong and prosperous APC.
So I want to commend this exercise and urge our people in Adamawa to come up in their great numbers to ensure that they register, because this will determine what will happen in 2023 and into the future.
In Yola, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
And a former Senate president and the leader of the All Progressives Congress in the Southeast, Senator Ken Namani, says with the massive infrastructural development embarked upon by the present administration in the country, especially in the Southeast zone, the people of the area are convinced to join and remain with the APC. This was while revalidating his membership of the party at his Enugu South Ward 2 Amechu Wani polling unit in Enugu State. Chineyen Woye reports.
The meeting between the APC stakeholders in Enugu State and the Revalidation and Registration Committee, which sealed peace talks ahead of the 2023 elections, kickstarted the registration and revalidation exercise for members. To show his strong commitment to the party, the APC leader in the Southeast and former Senate President revalidated his membership at the polling unit 007 Ward 2, Amechu Wani, Enugu South local government area of the state, and urged the people of the community, the state, and indeed all Nigerians to join the party and be part of the change initiative. Senator Jonathan Zwingina, who led other members of the Revalidation and Registration Committee in Enugu State, said there is need for everyone to take advantage of the exercise and join the national movement.
Any member of the APC is in no way disadvantaged by this exercise.
Others who spoke at the event, including the caretaker chairman of APC Enugu State, Dr. Ben Moye, encouraged interested persons from 18 years and above to register with the party and be in the mainstream of politics for a better future. In Enugu, Chineyen Woye, NTA News.
Still talking politics, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu says no section of the country or organization will be left out in the ongoing efforts to create more polling units. The assurance was given during a stakeholders consultative meeting with the media in Abuja.
We'll brief and consult widely before we eventually take a decision on this important issue of voter access to polling units. But in any case, we have made the discussion paper available. So our intentions have been clearly spelled out in the document, so nobody can read ulterior motives into what we are doing, because whatever we said we are going to do is on the table. We have published the document, we have widely shared the hard copies, and we have also made the soft copies available on our website and social media platforms. So everything is in the open.
Let's turn to COVID-19 related stories now, because the Nigeria Governors Forum is set to inaugurate a high-level group of professionals who will advise on the procurement and administration of COVID-19 vaccines. This was part of the forum's communique at its 25th teleconference. Abubakar Usman Akwanga reports.
The forum resolution is aimed at ensuring the right information about the efficacy of the COVID-19 vaccines reaches the nook and cranny of the country. The forum is actively engaging the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, UBEC, and Save 1 Million Lives program for fiscal utilization in the areas of health, education, and empowerment. NGF also resolved to distribute outstanding funds under disbursements local indicator amongst 36 states and the FCT, and received commendation from 36 states first ladies on the sustained support against gender-based violence. Governors are also concerned over headers farmers' disagreement and promise to accelerate modern grazing initiative of the National Livestock Transformation Plan. NGF agrees to provide high-level support for the implementation of states' financial transparency, accountability and sustainability, which will be MDA's incentive-driven. The forum is also working closely with the Presidential Economic Advisory Council, Nigerian Economy and Sustainability Plan, and Nigerian National Broadband Plan 2020 to 2025 to eradicate poverty and mitigate impact of COVID-19. Nigeria Governors Forum also commiserates with family of their colleague and governor of Delta State, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, over the passing on of his father. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the United Nations International Children's Education Fund, UNICEF, says 16 million doses of COVAX vaccine for COVID-19 will soon arrive in Nigeria. The UNICEF country representative to Nigeria, Peter Hawkins, who was speaking during an advocacy visit to Ondo State, says the vaccine will cover 40% of the country's population. Abiola Rio reports.
During its advocacy visit to Ondo State, UNICEF disclosed that adequate efforts are being put in place to ensure Nigeria secure the right level of vaccines with the plan of equitable distribution through the primary healthcare centers at the ward level so that the vulnerable, especially at the rural communities, will be covered.
In the meantime, we're exploring how else to bring vaccine in that allows for Nigeria to go to 40% by the end of the year.
Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, however, identified poor energy supplies to the health centers at the ward level as a major challenge that can hamper the process by the time the vaccines are available.
Maybe Nigeria cannot be exempted from supply. Because we supply most of them waste. Let's be fair to ourselves. So maybe we have to wait for what of this company. They want to say it's about 65% efficient now that doesn't need the storage.
The state government also solicits the assistance of UNICEF in the areas of crafting state development plan and ending open defecation on the state, particularly Akure, the state capital. In Akure, Abiola Rio, NTA News.
Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State has faulted some state governors for promoting ethnic tension in Nigeria, arising from the recent herders-farmers clashes in some parts of Nigeria. The governor gave the indication at the closing of the 2021 Bauchi Correspondent Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Press Week. Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad reports that Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, chaired the occasion.
It was a moment of introspection for members of the Bauchi Correspondent Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists as they marked their 2021 Press Week with the theme, The Role of the Media in Promoting Peace and Unity in Nigeria.
We will continue to use our pen or keypad as is applicable these days to contribute positively towards the development of our state and the nation.
Responding on the theme of the week, Governor Bala Mohammed, who cautioned some governors to guard against utterances and policies that threatens the peace and unity of Nigeria, called on journalists to be cautious of their reportage, exercise restraint, and avoid taking sides in issues of herders-farmers clashes to safeguard the unity and peace of the country.
You don't accommodate other tribes. We are also accommodating your tribes in Bauchi and other places. We have so many people working in farming in Al-Ahiri, farming in Tababalewa, farming in Bogoro. Has anybody told them to go? We have not, because they are on inalienable right to be there.
Going down memory lane, representative of NTA's Director General gave account of the roles journalists played towards entrenching peace and the return of democracy in Nigeria.
Given agents of disruption, agents of disunity, agents of disharmony, liberal media space to talk down on Nigeria, to talk down on Nigerian institutions that have, assisted us in being what we are today. Our fault lines have been, exacerbated by complicity of the media.
The 2021 Bauchi Correspondent Chapels Week climaxed with presentation of awards to Governor Bala Mohammed, prominent sons and daughters of Bauchi State, and members of the Correspondent Chapel. In Bauchi, Mahmoud Ibn Muhammad, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. Adiola in Lagos has the next set of reports. Adiola.
Staff Vice Admiral Ibok Ate-Ibas has described his over 40 years of military service as a remarkable story which might have ended, but says he remains committed to fostering development plans that will ensure the protection of Nigeria's maritime environment. Linda Neke was at the pulling out ceremony and now reports.
Appointed as the 20th Chief of the Naval Staff on the 13th July 2015, Vice Admiral Ibok Ate-Ibas leaves a legacy of accomplishments that include total acquisition of 378 platforms of varying categories, a year-on-year decrease in trend of piracy attacks between 2015 to 2020, and infrastructural renewal across naval bases and formations. The pulling out ceremony was a spectacle of colorful parade on the grounds of NNS Kora. The former Navy chief, in his remark, charged officers and ratings to build on the gains achieved for sustainable growth.
My wish that from you and from within, that we support the Navy to attain those heights through the Chief of the Naval Staff.
Some close associates praised the efforts of the former chief at ensuring maritime security.
Within our own territorial zones, you will discover that we have a very limited number of attacks.
In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
Frozen meat weighing more than 950 kilograms have been intercepted and destroyed by the Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service. The meat allegedly imported from South Africa was seized at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. Michael Olale reports.
The Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service is vested with the responsibility of controlling regional and international movement of plants, animal and aquatic resources, but with the emergence of zoonotic diseases in which the ravaging COVID-19 falls into this category, there has been greater demand to intensify surveillance to prevent spread of exotic diseases from agricultural products. This seizure is one of the results of extensive intelligence gathering, and according to the agency, the items were intercepted on the 6th of February, but the consignee, knowing the gravity of the offense, is at large.
Now, this is what should be done to anybody or any product, rather, that came in without import permit and necessary health certification.
Quantifying the financial value of the frozen meat is still sketchy, simply because the agency could not lay its hands on import documents.
Investigation is still ongoing. We are trying to make effort to locate the importer. Right now, the only person we are able to get hold of is the driver, but he is not the importer. Investigation is ongoing for us to locate the agent and the importer. And as soon as we get hold of them, the law will take its course.
The Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service is not alone in this difficult task, but enjoys support from other security outfits in keeping tab on smugglers of agricultural products. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
Well, we're not done from here. Abolade Salam is standing by for business reports.
JJ has always been my father's hero. So this year, I wanted to do something really special. If I could just talk to JJ, I'm sure he would remember Dad. Mom says never give up. Hello JJ, it's me Victor. My dad's birthday is coming up soon and I want to surprise him. And she was right. I've been looking for you everywhere. Please help me.
Hi Samuel, happy birthday, it's JJ. Happy birthday to my man.
My dad is my hero, but now JJ is too.
Glow, the best data plans in town. Fine. your first. Dial *777#. Glow.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Ọmọ ní rẹsítì dé.
Go na better school for last meeting. Not be all this on a rugged yes school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
Second, it's called Oja Village. Kadesi. We no happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders. Hey, we are trying, Shao. Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I talk with that now. Not for me. Not for me because of Pamio.
Taking maximum points in their last 2 matches against Crystal Palace. Will they make it a hat-trick of victories when both teams square off at Selhurst Park this Saturday? Find out in Crystal Palace versus Burnley on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Babai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up in association with Gold.com.
NTA Network News continues here in Abuja. We do apologize, though, for the loss of audio from our Lagos Network Center during the business news segment. Moving on now, the federal government has reiterated commitment towards provision of conducive learning environment in higher education institutions across the country. Minister of Power Salim Aman stated this during while inaugurating, the 1.12 MW solar hybrid project at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi. Hawal Abdullahi reports that the project was done by Rural Electrification Agency under the federal government Energizing Education Program.
As part of efforts of the federal government toward provision of conducive learning environment in various universities across the country, the Rural Electrification Agency began to commission some projects under the Energizing Education Program. Inaugurating the 1.12 megawatt solar hybrid project at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, President Muhammadu Buhari, represented by the Minister for Power, Engineer Salim Aman, said the Energizing Education Program is aimed at providing sustainable and clean power supply to 37 federal universities and 7 university teaching hospitals across the country.
We are all here today to witness the Buhari administration fulfillment another next level roadmap agenda. These projects will provide sustainable, decentralized energy to the entire country.
Vice President, in his virtual address in Bauchi, expressed commitment of the Buhari administration toward improving the education sector. Vice-Chancellor of the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, Professor Mohammed Abdul Aziz, appreciated the effort of the Rural Electrification Agency for implementing the project and expressed commitment at ensuring effective utilization of the project. Other speakers at the event, including the Emir of Bauchi, Alhaji Rilwanu Suleiman Adamu, applauded the federal government for the initiative and thanked the Rural Electrification Agency for executing the project that will stand the test of time. Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, is the fourth of the 37 federal universities and 7 teaching hospitals to benefit from the program. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
The senator representing Adamawa Central at the National Assembly, Aishatu Ahmed Benani, has expressed concern over the number of out-of-school children in the country, promising to make necessary contributions to address the issue in her senatorial zone. She was speaking in Yola at the flag-off of distribution of instructional materials and rehabilitation of 86 schools across Adamawa Central. Nafisatu Abdul Hamid Dambus reports.
Inadequate teaching aids is said to be affecting the quality of education in the society. This, the senator representing Adamawa Central at the National Assembly, Aishatu Ahmed Benani, said she will compliment government's effort in addition to addressing the issues of out-of-school children in the interest of the development of the society. The flag-off of distribution of instructional materials to 86 schools in Adamawa Central by Aishatu Benani is a step towards enhancing the quality of education in the zone. She reiterated her commitment to always meet with the basic educational needs of the schools so as to give hope to the future leaders.
It aims at strengthening our basic education, thereby renewing hope for our children, who are the leaders of tomorrow.
The head teachers and other stakeholders were full of praise to the senator for the gesture, which will go a long way in addressing some of the challenges in schools. The instructional materials distributed include over 448,000 textbooks and exercise books, 30,000 plastic chairs, 66 desktop computers, and 59 generators, among others. In Yola, Nafisatu Abdul Hamid Dambos, NTA News.
Catching them young is a catalyst for sustainable emergence of professionals in all fields of human endeavor. This adage resonated at the 2021 International Day for Women Scientists, where female secondary school students were tasked to look to the future with great hope of achieving science-oriented careers. Veronica Emmanuel reports.
Despite the challenges of COVID-19 and gender competition around the globe, Salma Aminu, Chisom Okoronko, and others are ambitious of living up to their dreams of becoming scientists.
It was hard coping with some of the subjects, but then as time went on, we got to understand. I just want to be a gynecologist to help women who can't afford to go to hospital.
I want to be a pediatrician.
Laudable achievements of women in various scientific fields have continued to inspire young students to aspire and grow the courage to dare the path of science, which is a global trend.
Nigerian girls are one of the best in the world. We are hardworking, our women, our ladies, our girls are very hardworking. They are cultured people, they are disciplined, they are willing to learn.
Today you have girls taking up the challenges. You have them doing even better than the boys.
Experts say to boost the chances of a realistic future in science for Salma, Chisom, and their peers, stakeholders should build a solid foundation for more females to aspire to achieve great heights in the field of science. The theme for this year's International Day for Women Scientists is Women Scientists at the forefront of the fight against COVID-19. In Abuja, Veronica Emmanuel, NTA News.
Every February 14 is marked as Valentine's Day globally. To mark this day in Nigeria, the National Orientation Agency is preaching the message of love through the initiative of Fall in Love with Nigeria campaign. Kenneth Nanim has the details.
Valentine's Day celebration is an expression of love with family and friends. Many believe it is an affair for the youths and agile.
A round of applause for her.
Now, with the Fall in Love with Nigeria campaign, a patriotic initiative, the National Orientation Agency is redirecting attention of the youth and other Nigerians on national development.
In order for Nigerians to achieve the greatness for which it is destined, you and I, leaders and followers alike, must do our part. Great nations are not built by backpassing or convenient excuses, but by patriotic citizens who are willing to make the necessary sacrifices to ensure that the desired greatness is achieved.
The Fall in Love with Nigeria project is also emphasizing on the need for Nigerians to adhere strictly to all COVID-19 safety protocols.
COVID is real, and if it is real, then the precautions we are taking should also be real.
The Fall in Love with Nigeria campaign, which goes across states of the Federation, the National Orientation Agency says is characterized with messages of patriotism for every Nigerian. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
There you have it. Fall in love with Nigeria. Quite endearing thought, isn't it? Let's now join Mohammed in Maiduguri for more reports.
Thank you, Joseph. It's good as always to have you join us in Maiduguri. The All Progressives Congress Party membership registration and revalidation exercise is progressing steadily in Borno State, with APC stalwarts and leaders mobilizing members to ensure they are captured and their details authenticated. The hitch-free and peaceful exercise is taking place simultaneously in all the 27 local council areas of Borno State. Yagun Subukar has an update.
In Borno State, all measures were taken by APC party stakeholders and leaders to ensure all supporters and members are sensitized to participate in the exercise. Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum took the lead when he revalidated his APC party registration at his ward in Mafa Town, Mafa local government. Former Governors Senator Ali Modu Sharif and Senator Kashim Shetima have also had their turns with the registration at their wards. Grassroots mobilization of the APC members to ensure widespread participation had stimulated large turnout for the exercise taking place statewide in all the political wards. The chairman of the registration and members revalidation exercise of the APC in Borno State, Obama Igari Ahmadu, had promised a peaceful, fair and transparent process.
We are honored to be part of this engagement in the party's commitment to repositioning our party towards greater heights.
All registration materials were provided in time, in addition to training of officials for the conduct of the APC historic membership updates. In Maiduguri, Yagum Subukar, NTA News.
Governor Babagana Umar Zulum says temporary measures will be put in place to restore electricity to Maiduguri while government collaborates with Transmission Company of Nigeria for a permanent solution. The governor stated this at Jakana community, outskirts of Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, where suspected Boko Haram insurgents vandalized electricity power tower. Mohammed Goni reports.
It's been almost 3 weeks now. Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, and environs have been in total darkness due to vandalization of electricity tower. The visit by Governor Babagana Umara to the site was to support the TCN workers to fast track in the restoration of electricity to Maiduguri.
So we are here to see things for ourselves. God willing, we shall do everything possible to fast track the process of rehabilitating the damaged structures. Now the officials are here working to ensure creation of temporary measures in such a way that Maiduguri will be connected very soon.
The governor was also at Fori Bama Road bypass, an adjoining community between Moroganari and Damboa Road, to assess building and structures constructed on waterways around Maiduguri metropolis as part of efforts to address challenges of perennial flooding affecting many parts of the state capital, particularly in the rainy season. During the visit, he directed the State Geographic Information Service to make thorough assessment and demolish all structures built on waterways. It will be recalled that the governor had set up a committee in 2019 to find lasting solutions to the challenges. Though the committee had issued eviction notice to the affected structures, most of them defied and continued construction on waterways. In Maiduguri, Mahmoud Goni, NTA News.
It's time for another commercial break. Network news continues afterwards in Abuja.
Burnley is taking maximum points in their last 2 matches against Crystal Palace. Will they make it a hat-trick of victories when both teams square off at Selhurst Park this Saturday? Find out in Crystal Palace versus Burnley on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Papai Jebu, Lipton, and Close Up in association with Gold.com.
This is the Wilson family last week. This is the Wilson family this week. What's changed? What? The Wilson family got maximum entertainment for less, and now they're closer than ever. Your family can be too.
How does this work?
With world-class international channels that put the quality back in your quality time.
That's what I'm talking about.
GoTV Max will bring you and your family closer in no time. So upgrade to GoTV Max for only 2,999 naira today. Make you enjoy. GoTV. Love it.
Life can be very eventful. We curiously expect things to happen, even when we don't know what. Our human nature makes us like and repost lots of information. Some are unverified, inciting anger and hate. Sometimes innocently, other times the urge to break it first. This, in most cases, has caused destruction in many nations.
Let's bring sports now with Tamara Ebiwe.
Welcome to Sports Update. We begin with golf, where 64 senior amateur players are set to vie for honors at the Maiden Golf Sixes Nigeria 2021 tournament, which tees off on Saturday at the TYB International Golf Resort and Country Club in Abuja.
It's a match play, alternate shots, green sum format. It's not common, it's new. So that's going to be introduced, and they will experience it, and I'm sure they will like the format and enjoy the game.
Away from golf now, continental football returns on the NTA Live this Sunday with the CAF Confederation Cup tie between two-time winners